All right, in this video, I'll share with you 10 things you should not do as a personal brand. Okay, I've been into personal branding for roughly, I would say, 20 years. Okay, even before the term was coined. But later on, once I understood what I was doing was personal branding, got more into it. And anyway, these are the 10 things I would suggest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree, or if you have any doubts. Let's start. The first one is, as a personal brand, never fake it. They have this concept now, fake it till you make it, or tell lies, or hide the truth. Now, the danger of doing that is, well, see, you'll get a lot of gurus and coaches online who would say, fake it and show that you're successful, then eventually you'll become. But what happens here is you're playing with people's trust. Now, the only exception to this rule is if you're doing it for survival. Survival in the sense that when I started my personal branding journey as a strategist, obviously people would ask me, okay, so what has been your experience? Now, when I started the business officially at the age of 36 full time, I could not tell people that I've done, just here and there for 6, 7 people. I had to give them some concrete answers, especially when I was approaching companies like LG, Samsung, Google, Microsoft, which are the Oracle. Now, if I had to get in, I didn't have a degree, okay? So I was purely running on word of mouth recommendation. I did not have, I was tattooed. I didn't have the suit and tie. I didn't have a trade license company. So I was going through the loopholes of the system, and there were people who were recommending me. Now, obviously, after making all the exceptions, if I would tell them that, yeah, I did it part-time, I just did it for 4, 5, 6 people, they would never give me an opportunity. So I said, yeah, I've been doing this full-time for, 2, 3 years, and I have 6 solid recommendations. So, yeah, I did technically lie if you actually look at it, but then I had to deliver I think following week I had to deliver, and if I was not up to the mark, finish. That would be the end of my reputation, because UAE is a very small place, especially Dubai is an even smaller place. So I did it for survival, because that time I didn't have any money, I didn't have any food, I was living on other people's favor, and I had to survive. But if on the other hand you are doing it to enhance your brand, get more business, and there are so many of them who bullshit online. If they have 10 customers, I have 100 customers. They have a rented Lamborghini and they say, oh, this is mine. They have a rented house and they say, oh, I paid 110 million for this. You know what I'm talking about. So when you do that, and especially, I was tempted to do this. The fake money that you get on Amazon, it's actually paper, only at the top it looks like dollars, and people hold this cash. Yeah, see how much I've got. Instagram for influencers do this. If you do that and you get exposed, that's the end of your brand, okay? So, like I said, the only exception to the rule is if you're just starting off for survival, fine, I can understand. But if you're doing it to thrive, no. Survive, yes. Thrive, no. So the first one that you should not do for your personal brand is tell lies or fake it. And by the way, like I've told you openly, I've been honest and transparent about this. So eventually people were ready to forgive me, because today I have more than 7,500 or 600 videos online to support my credibility. Number one. Number two is oversell. As you know, I do resume rebranding, interview coaching, and personal branding for people who are looking out for jobs. Now, I do have people who compete for the business in this industry. Thankfully, I have placed myself at a different level. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but my price is almost sometimes double, 3 times, 4 times more than my closest competitor. Okay, so-called competitor. So, but the thing that makes me stand out is not only my pricing, not only my appearance. I explicitly tell them, I don't give you any guarantees to get a job. I don't give you that if you change, your life is going to drastically improve. I tell them the struggle is still there. It's going to be tough. You'll have to work your ass off. And there's always 50% chance. Unlike most of the people who guarantee you, man, once you do this, you will definitely get a job. Things will be much better. They promise them the sun, moon, and stars, because once after they get the money and they've delivered, you can't ask for a refund. So I don't oversell, I don't overpromise. And the reason for that is, Yes, you have got the money. Yes, the deal is closed. Yeah, you can say, yeah, he paid me the money. I gave him the deliver. What is he talking about? And you can even play the game and say, okay, show me written evidence where I give you a guarantee. I don't do that because it's a very small world. The internet world is very, very small. And if you lie, if you mislead people, it's not only your name will spoil, it's their hard earned money. These are people who approach me at the time of their need when they're most vulnerable. And I'm the last person on the planet who would want to take advantage because I've been in their shoes. So don't oversell. Keep it real. But if you over deliver, that's incredible. So I always prefer, keep it real. I don't undersell. I keep it real. I tell them things are going to be still hard, but it would be much better what you're doing with me than taking the wrong approach, okay, or the wrong document or the wrong resume or the wrong answers and going for the interview. Instead of doing that, might as well do things right. So second one is don't oversell and don't offer fake guarantees that you can't meet. Okay. Number 3 is if you're a personal brand, don't try to please everyone. Have you noticed, you can check the latest videos by Sunny V and all these people. The Rock, who was once upon a time the bad heel. Heel means the villainous character in WWE. He used to make fun of people. He used to make fun of Chinese people, the ways they talk. He used to make fun of Europeans, the way they talk. He was like a bad character. But ever since he moved into Hollywood, every time someone gets upset, he says, oh, I'm very sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Like he was at one very famous post, he was admiring Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan is a color commentator. He is the voice of the UFC. And, he's a stand-up comedian. So he uses the N-word. People say the N-word. He calls nigger. Most of the rap artists use that. And I didn't say it out of disrespect. So he uses that. So when The Rock complimented Joe Rogan and said, oh, my brother, I'm there for you or I'm with you or whatever, some woke, sensitive individual said, hey, Rock, you're supporting him. He said the N-word. Almost immediately, Rock changed his tune and said, oh, sorry, thank you for educating me. I didn't know Joe Rogan is like this, and he distanced himself from this. And every time someone gets hurt, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. So he's trying to be this Hollywoodish goody two-shoes, which is so fake. In fact, you remember I said about fake it and tell lies. He has been caught so many times sponsoring a product like that hamburger and french fries, saying that this is the first time I've eaten it. When they backtracked his posts, they found out that he claimed that he had eaten this for the first time 4 times before. So number 1 was, I told you, don't tell lies, don't fake it. Number 2 is don't oversell. Number 3 is don't try to please everyone. When I make my videos, many people call me sexist, racist, homophobic. They say I'm a male chauvinistic pig. I don't give a flying fuck because that's your problem. You have categorized me as whatever. I make it very transparent who I am, what I am, and how I am. I'm not here to please you. If my content doesn't please you, my style doesn't please you, bugger off. I'm not here to please you. I am the way I am. Like it, take it or leave it. So that's how you should be. I'm not saying be rude with people, but don't try to please everyone because it'll never end. Point number 4 is please don't try to be an expert on everything. There are these. See, I have knowledge in bodybuilding, steroids, exercise, marathon running, a little bit in cycling and so little bit, very basic. But I've been a triathlon. I've taken part in triathlons. I've done this thing for what do you call that? Health and fitness, losing weight. I have done in terms of career a little bit of coaching studies I went for. I've been a professional public speaker. I've trained people in public speaking. So I've done lots of disciplines, okay, and I've experiences in lots of them. But if you check my website, it's only focused on personal branding, resume rebrand, interview coaching. Some people ask me a little bit of, I've done life coaching also. Some people ask me about life coaching. Some people ask me about relationship coaching. Now, I've done plenty of other disciplines, but I only stick with 3. Personal brand, resume rebrand, interview coaching. That is job-related job hunt strategy. So personal brand and job hunt strategy, nothing more than that. I don't advertise that I'm good in all these other disciplines. Why? Because you'll become the jack of all. You cannot be an expert in each and every single thing. Choose one field, and choose 3 areas. That's about it. So mine is personal brand. And in personal branding, it's, most of the people who approach me, they want to get better jobs in the Middle East. So I'm very specific. And when people say, even more, they ask me, who exactly is your crowd? I tell them Indian, male, the age group is from 30 to 40. That's a majority age group. And people in the Middle East. Now, that doesn't mean Americans don't come, Canadians don't come. That does not mean 20-year-olds don't come to me for advice, or 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds. Yeah, but out of 100%, 80% or 90% is this target audience. Indian, male, based in the Middle East or Dubai, specifically Dubai, UAE, 30 to 40 years. So women also come. So I don't mix. So have your major target audience and be an expert only in one particular field, not everything else, because you'll confuse people otherwise. Number 5, in a day and age where people like to show off, they like to show off their Lamborghini, they love to show off their beautiful hot babe. You see coaches like Ty Lopez and all that sitting in a private jet, sipping champagne and the camera's on. This is all a facade. It's like, what is his name? Dan Locke. You can Google search these. These guys like Grant Cardone, they say, I have become a billionaire. I'm going to give you secrets to be a billionaire. Just pay for shipping for this book. Are you fucking crazy? Like, let me ask you a very simple common sense question. You're running a restaurant. It's doing very well. Are you going to start giving $10 coaching how to open up a restaurant and become your competitor for $10 and you'll give free tips? No. People, when they run a successful business, they never share their secrets with anyone. They'll keep their suppliers a secret, their rates a secret, where they purchase things a secret, because they want to make money. So what people tend to do is, in the internet culture today, we like to brag and show off. My life is perfect. My girlfriend is perfect. My married life is perfect. I look perfect. I don't have a single, pimple on my face. I'm very disciplined. They want to show perfection. Stop doing that. That is why if you see on my channel, I speak about my failures. I speak about my imperfections. People sometimes say, I lost respect for you, man. I thought you were a man of character. Fine. You're searching for God. Go somewhere else. So don't brag. Don't show off. Don't put on a fake facade. And even if you do achieve success or money, please don't show off, because you do not know who you're going to attract. And there are a lot of psychos out there, a lot of dangerous people out there. It can backfire big time. So do not brag. If you have money, keep it. Act simple, behave simple. Many people here on the island, they think I'm a beggar. They think I'm very poor. No problem. I'm safer being identified as a beggar than being a target. Oh, this guy has a lot of money. We should attack him. So be careful. Don't brag online. And especially mislead people, because people today are smarter than what you think. Which comes to point number 6. Be careful what you share on social media. Okay? Like, I do share few videos and photographs of my kid, of my wife, and of me, majority. But if you start sharing where all locations your wife or your kid goes, if you share what date you're traveling, if you share when you're traveling, here there has been a robbery of a multi-million-dollar house where this guy, apparently, here in Samui, it actually happened. He actually bragged about his holiday. He bragged about his beautiful wife. He bragged about when he's going for a holiday. He used to normally go for 3 to 4 months, sometimes even 6 months. And he used to show off. He came back from holiday only to find out his house completely stripped off. You can Google search this actual incident. Completely stripped off of every single thing. Like the car, they have dismantled and taken all the parts off. They took off his wiring, his cable, his tiles, his every single piping, everything. The house was just a bloody skeleton, as if it is on construction. And he was shocked to find out that everything is gone. Why? Because he shared everything online. He shared when he's going, where he's going, why he's going. In fact, UFC, I see fighting. There are championship fights where when an underdog, a guy who wants to win the belt, he takes his entire family so that they can witness him going to win. This happened with a guy from Brazil, I think. He went, Chito Vera. He was fighting this Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley is a champion. Chito Vera is a challenger. He took his entire family, friends, everyone, and went to fight Sean O'Malley. When he came back, he found his entire house ransacked. Everything was stolen. Why? Because he mentioned to the whole world that he's going to fight his world champion. And the guys who wanted to rob his place found, oh, very good, empty place. They took it all. So be careful what you share online. People can end up taking advantage of you. And also, remember, you will be a target. Even though I'm not super famous, even though I have such a small audience following me, when I travel, I don't know how I end up with someone who identifies me. Not every time. At least one person, when I went especially to India for a business trip, I ended up that particular trip, for some strange reason, 3 people who knew me at 3 different places. 3 different places. They just approached me randomly, and thankfully they were not some psycho or something. They just wanted autograph, talk to me and photograph and all that. So be careful, okay? Number 7 is when you're a personal brand, don't overly trust people with your details or personal stories or stuff that should not be known online. Whatever I do share, people think it's just random. What you don't seem to understand is I spend a lot of time thinking the good, bad, ugly of sharing. Even when I shared that I had a problem with my wife, with regards to a certain amount of money, you can just search "my marriage, it's over." I put an attention-grabbing title, and it was actually that. I was contemplating what is the future of the marriage, but I really thought about it for literally 2 weeks before sharing it. Okay? Now, why did I share it? It was because there was a learning there, and yes, thankfully everything worked out fine. But when you share information which can be used against you with someone you just got emotionally high, like talking about your feelings, marriage not working out, or you feel lustful towards someone, people can blackmail you. I know of a businessman, not one, I know of, I think 4, 5, not just businessmen, very rich, successful guys who had cyber sex, and they sent their nude pics, and they were masturbating and all that. And they ended up getting blackmailed by people who they actually thought they knew. So be careful. You don't know when it's going to backfire. So whatever you share. In fact, people's accounts have been hacked because they let out something that they shouldn't have. Whether it is, I don't know, your password, date of birth, whatever. Just be careful what you share online. Number 8 is when you're moving as a personal brand, don't focus on a short-term strategy. Always think long-term. When I started my journey of posting stuff online, I always asked myself, if tomorrow rules were changed, can this be used against me? Check my older videos. I've criticized Indians, Keralites, Keralites, Malayalis, same thing, Mangaloreans, Filipinos. But I did it in a way where I also appreciated them. Because remember, that time the YouTube landscape was not woke and sensitive. It became woke and sensitive later on. And many people who had uploaded videos where they were criticizing, making fun of people from other cultures, now it is looked upon as racist. In fact, Facebook, I had posted, just funny images of, now they call it blackface. And those days, you're talking 11 years ago, 15 years ago, nobody found it offensive. Now, posts that I put 11 or 15 years ago, they constantly keep showing up on Facebook as, you have violated the community guidelines, we will ban your account. I had to literally delete my business page on Facebook because posts that I shared, which were allowed 15 years ago, they are bringing it up now, their AI system. So that's kind of crazy. So don't think short term, always think a long term strategy. Number 9 is collaboration. Now this is maybe a slightly controversial, but when you collaborate with someone, if tomorrow that person ends up ruining their reputation or becoming controversial or having, let's say, a police case or is caught for a crime, you'll be associated with it and they'll drag your name through the gutter. It can be, like we have seen with Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. There are so many examples. Now, people can say, you're innocent until proven guilty, but in some countries it is you're guilty until proven innocent. And sometimes, let's say you're friends with someone, you have 10, 20 photographs, and this person has been convicted for drugs or a pedophile or some stupid crime, or let's say by mistake that guy was dating this girl and she turned out to be below 18. They call him a pedophile, for example. And you have been photographed with them. Guess what? Your name is also going to be destroyed and you'll end up in serious trouble. And another problem with collaboration is today you may be good friends. Tomorrow, if you have a bad, let's say, breakup, they will end up painting you as a villainous character, and then you'll simply end up with fights of their fans and your fans. And so that is why I work alone. I don't like to collaborate. I'm not saying collaboration is bad, but when you're going to get married and when you're romantic, everything is nice. But when you break up, it's going to be very ugly. And last, if not the least, the most important thing in personal branding, or one, I always have told myself that people out there are better than me, smarter than me, richer than me, more successful than me, which is a fact. And that is why whenever, even this video that I put, I always imagine that, yeah, there is someone who can point a mistake, someone who can say, Loy, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. There's always a possibility that something that I put up, I might make a mistake. People still talk about, oh, your accent, you sound like a bloody Indian. Oh, you don't know how to pronounce properly. People are like, what the fuck are you talking, man? And here's the funny thing. There are a lot of these, I don't know, idiots or haters online who are telling me about my own personal life, even though they don't know. They are telling me that I have AIDS. Some are saying I was a criminal, I was jailed. One guy just today, he said, I cheated off banks of millions of dollars. I'm wanted by the FBI, by the CIA. I'm a criminal in hiding. And they are saying, I challenge you. I can prove it. I'm going to I'm going to tell the authorities. I tell them my name, my number, my location, everything is there. Please complain to the embassy, the consulate, the local authorities, the law enforcement agencies. People are crazy. So what I'm trying to tell you here is always remember that people are smarter than you, but sometimes in the wrong way. And sometimes they can be legit, like actually smart and in the right way. So don't try to think that you can fool people. Don't make up stories. Like even, for example, people nowadays use OpenAI, ChatGPT to write their cover letter, their resume. They make up answers. They make up articles. People can make out you're fooling them. Don't think people are dumb. If you know some secret, everyone else knows the same. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So the last, if not the least, thing that you should not do in personal branding is think you can fool people and get away with it, because maybe now you can, but one day when you get caught, it's the end of your online brand. So the top 10 things, if I were to summarize, one is tell lies or fake it. Second one is oversell. Third one is try to please everyone. Point number 4 is try to be an expert in each and every subject. You can be good in one thing, not everything. Number 5 is show off and brag online. Number 6 is share something private, intimate, or inappropriate on social media. It'll backfire on you. Number 7 is trust people online with very confidential stuff. Point number 8 is focusing short term, you should not do. Point number 9 is collaborating with others. And point number 10 is think you can fool people. These are the 10 points. Let me know what are your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off.